Hi, everyone, and welcome so much to the Wealth Wednesday show. We believe that your week has been great and that your day has been a great one too. Today is usually a day where we get to invite. Sorry, sorry for that. This is a day where we get to invite a guest or someone to speak about wealth, ways you can build on wealth, or ways you can build your business and scale it up to make more profits. And tonight we are so honored to have one of the most prominent people in the digital space. His name is Mr. Silas. He is the director of OPS and branding at iCode Technologies, whereby he will be helping us and learn how you can get your business into the digital space. Remember, with this pandemic, there has been quite a shift on how the customers react towards products, their needs, and generally the business world has greatly been affected. Even as a person, you've seen your life changing, that right now you prefer buying things online as compared to going to the store to buy them because you fear you might get coronavirus out there. So that means if you are in business, it's very important for you to utilize this opportunity and get to ensure that your business has your business is taking advantage of the digital opportunity we have. Now, this is where the problem comes in, because most entrepreneurs or most people don't really know how they can get their businesses to be digitized or their personal brands to be digitized. And that is what we are going to discuss on tonight. So welcome so much, and thank you to all that have subscribed to our channel. We really appreciate you, and we believe that it has been a transformative space for you or platform. So we shall start right away, and I will be giving our guest, Mr. Silas, the opportunity to introduce himself and tell us more about himself. Silas, you can go ahead.
Thank you very much, Sheila, for having me. Okay, as you've heard, my names are Silas. I'm the Director of Operations at iCode Technology. And also I do digital branding for some of the organizations, like I do digital branding for iCode, and I have other companies that I work with. Yes.
Perfect, perfect. So as he has said, he is a person with more of a digital background, and I believe he will be able to assist us for tonight's show and answer our questions regarding anything digital. If it means maybe you want to bring your brand online, or maybe you want to bring your business online. What do you need to do? How can you do it? What tools can you use? All that Silas will be able to tackle it tonight. Meanwhile, I also encourage you to keep on sending in your questions, write in your comments, and we shall be having a session whereby he will get to answer your questions as much as possible. So right away, Mr. Silas, would like to know what does it mean to digitize a business, and what is digital transformation?
Okay, thank you very much, Sheila. Regarding to your questions, what we need to ask yourself first, what does it make to get yourself into digital world? So like being digitized means taking your business online. Nowadays, as you see, nowadays the state of the world and also our country, everything is into a state. Like every organization, they are taking their business online. That is to maximize or to reach their clients directly. Every organization that
All
then
right. So
yes.
mhm.
So,
Sorry, go ahead.
yes, digital transformation mainly is integrating the digital technology or
Mhm.
conversion of digital technology into business fundamentally, and also how to operate and deliver the values to the customers, how you communicate, how you relate with your customers.
Good. That is so informative and very detailed, especially when it comes to how you communicate with your customers online. It's very, very important. And I believe, as you say, that is what falls under the umbrella of digital transformation. You know, years back, nobody knew, even if there was Facebook, maybe let's say in 2004, 2005 there, nobody could buy anything on Facebook. Nobody could, chat up or take up a service from Facebook. But 15 years down the line, things have changed. Actually, people are running away from meeting face to face, and they are opting to just buy things online, do your services, get your services online, and you're done. So, and I think that is also the same thing that applies when it comes to websites. I've seen quite a number of websites, not just e-commerce platforms, but even other websites. They usually have this pop-up that comes. I don't know what it is called. What is the name of that? The pop-up that comes. How can
The
we help
ads,
you?
the ads.
No, 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 no. It's a pop-up for a message. Then it comes. How can we help you? Type your name. You type, then it's
Yes,
like automatic. It's like a robot is behind it that answers your questions.
the bulk SMSs.
Yeah, something like that. So that basically means that the digital space is taking up businesses and how our customers are reacting and preferring services to be done for them. So the next question will be, how can one make digital transformation for their business a reality? Because, we've heard this word. Most of us have heard the term digital transformation. We've seen it online, but most businesses, they're not able to make it a reality. So how can you be able to transform it and bring it into a reality when it comes to a person's business or your personal brand?
Okay, thank you, Sheila. First thing, I'll directly dive to the question how to make digital transformation a reality. The first point, make sure that you align your strategy to the customer's priorities. Nowadays, you need to meet the customer's priority before they get notice you for the business that you are running. Like you start with an outside in perspective, then you focus on your customer and product first to define your digital journey. Like for instance, here at iCoder, we provide technology services, right? Then, and because we know the world never stop changing, so we must continually innovate to stay of our customers ahead of our customers, and also to the changing technology in business. So also, like how do we package our services? Like we're offering the technology services, how do we package our services so that we become on the top of the cream? Now, such that, for example, like when somebody wants, let me say, needs a website, maybe an e-commerce website, how do we stay at the top at the top of the rim? Then, so how do you package and sell your services in a way that it creates a seamless experience for your customers? Then another point is that you need also to get closer to your customers. Create that online presence, the social media presence. For example, we have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. and also nowadays also YouTube, it is also taking that part in maybe creating your brand awareness. You create videos, you post them on your YouTube, then your customers can be able to know how they might maybe get your services, and also the process, one process to the another process on how they can maybe book a service from your company. And then also assess your engine power. Nowadays, for example, if you compare the last 5 years and this year, the last 5 months, when we do the research or when we do the statistics, the online presence, most of the companies have shifted all their services to the online presence. Why? That is because with the existence of lockdowns, everyone is limited in movement. There is no way like moving from one place to another place. Everything is now limited. Most of the services have now been taken online. Took for example, in Kenya, Jumia. When you compare the last 1 year and this year, Jumia have made a very larger percentage in terms of sales. That is online sales. You can get like they are making 20% offline sales, then the online sales it's taking all the percentage, that is 80%. So when you start gaining the traction inside your own company for digitizing products, so and the customer journey, so you need to think about how all the roads eventually lead to the online presence. Then also another one we have, during this time you need to think business then technology. Why is it that
Okay.
nowadays many of the companies they are thinking technology, like like 3 or 5 companies at a total of 10, 3 to 5, they have an e-commerce system where they sell their products online,
Mm,
whether they create campaigns and what
mm.
have you. So everything now is shifting from business, the normal physical business, to the online business. That's why you see that's why when you check the internet, everything now have changed. Like you when you see the traffic now is very high on the internet. Then also another one is that in existence of for the existence of social media, you can see like people, the youths from the age of 15 up to the age of 64, you can find that they are taking their themselves, and they are doing all the businesses online, whether transactions and what have you, like buying shoes, selling dresses, and what have you. So everything now is have shifted to the online, so that maybe the online presence maybe will at the end of the day will create a very big impact to the business perspective.
Right. Those are very noble points you have mentioned, Silas, especially on how one can make their digital, digital transformation a reality in their business. I love the part that you said it is a journey. You don't just start right now, and there are things that you need to think about first and put them in place before you can go fully digital. And you also mentioned something that you need to think business first, then technology, not the other way around. Because I believe that could be one of the reasons you find there are. I just realized that there are quite a lot of pages on Facebook alone that you find they start today, but
Yes.
within 6 months they're not active anymore, or there's no one to manage it. This
Yes.
means that this person just ran to open a page, but he didn't think of business. Because when you think of business first, you come up with a strategy, you identify the products you'll be selling, who will be your target markets, and all that. So most people, just when they hear you need to be on Facebook, you need to have this account for your business, they embrace it and rush to do it, but they
Yes.
don't have the business mentality first. And also that could be the reason why we see quite a number of people complaining that they're not able to make any sales on the digital space, or on the online platforms. Yet when we check the research, companies like Amazon, they've been making money. So it means that Amazon thought of business first, then technology. Because when you think about business, you think on what is my customer wanting, not what you want as a business person. You'll seek to
Sure.
satisfy the needs of the customer or solve their problem first, then you get to benefit from that. So I will move on to, maybe we'll get at some point you will tell us more on social media advertising. Just after the questions that are after the question that I will ask, we'll get back to you, touch basing on social media advertising like Facebook advertising, Instagram advertising, and how can one go about that and ensure that they are getting a conversion from the point the customer makes an inquiry. So having said all that, maybe you could share with us what are the pros and cons of going digital in a business or for a business.
Thank you. Everything that has the advantages, they also have the disadvantages. I know.
That is
So
true.
let me go direct to the point, the pros and cons of digital marketing or digitizing your business. So the pros or the advantages are as follows. Number one, digital marketing, it's a level playing field. So there is no strings attached that business A or business B, they're the one that are supposed to take their business online. It is open. The digital space is open for everyone. So the only problem is how do you approach that, or which approach are you using to get yourself online, and which platform are you using? Which one is the best? Which one is working for you? Like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You can find that most businesses, they invest much on Twitter. And then you find another company, they invest much on Facebook. Why? Because they're investing on the respective social media platforms, because it is their level playing ground where they can be able to get access, or where they can be able to get an engagement with their clients. Then number two is that when everything is getting online, there is a reduced cost. Like for example, take for example, you are doing an offline marketing of, maybe you are selling shoes, or you're selling, let me say, the cutlery. Maybe you've employed 10 youth, energetic youth. Maybe they are walking from door to door selling all those products.
Yeah,
Then
yeah, yeah.
with the existence of digital space, everything now is moving online. Like when you find, maybe when you go to Google and search, maybe you want a boutique around Nairobi, or you want a boutique around Nakuru, you will see a list of shops that are selling the items that you want to buy. So In that respect, many organizations are shifting from offline to digital, hence reducing the cost of labor and also maybe salaries and wages. Then point three is that with the digital, it is very simple to measure the results. Like we have the analytics. Like for example, when you post something on Facebook, you can be able to see the statistics. Maybe you've
Yeah.
created an ad. You can be able to see how many people get access to this post and how many people reacted to this post. So it is very easy to measure the results. Maybe and also you can easily target a particular audience. Maybe let me say you're selling Pambas. You can only target maybe the women who are between maybe the age of 20 maybe to, let me say, to 50. That is a targeted marketing. So for example, whenever you post that advertisement, it reaches directly to those targeted customers or clients. Then another point on digitizing your business is you also experience the brand development. You create your brand. I'll give an example like on my brand. Let me use my brand. My brand at
Okay.
Silo KE. I never used to be serious on creating my brand, but like for
Okay.
the for the last for the last 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
I've really made different changes on my brand. Like Twitter, the
Mm-hmm.
last 4 months, I had like 4,000 followers, but as we're speaking now, I'm almost to 14,000 followers.
Wow, that is a good one.
Yes, why? Because I've given Twitter as my baby. I'm working with on Twitter as my baby. I'm creating my brand on Twitter. That's why that's why you're seeing the changes. So it depends with how you package your brand and how you present your brand to the public. Yes. Then let me go direct to the disadvantages. And the first disadvantage is that promotion strategy can be copied.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That is very true.
The promotion strategy can be copied very easily during this
Mm,
time. Like
yeah.
nowadays we have different and many duplicate brands online. So
Mm,
someone just goes online and Google Jumia or Google Safaricom or Google
mm,
maybe Andela, whatever. Then
mm,
on that line, he thinks about creating a brand that really duplicates the existing brand. So there is much duplicacy on the internet.
mm,
If you're not keen about the internet, you can find yourself doing the transactions that are not exactly the way you expected.
mm. Maybe you
The,
could also sorry to interject you, but I think you need to explain further on that. Does it mean that people also copy paste what their competitors are doing? Because you said there's the copying of promotional strategy just behind, because I've seen a lot of people using other people's names or brands just to gain traction to their or traffic to their companies or to their brands. So maybe you could at least delve deeper on that.
okay, let me dive in deeper. So,
Mm-hmm.
for example, you might be having a competitor that is doing the same business that you're doing. So
Mm,
many have done so. That is copying your brand strategy. Then, so with the end, they ignore for the lawful repercussions. So their actions may carry. Then, and then, for example, like images and also
Mm-hmm.
photos, so can be
Yeah.
used to mislead clients and also take away an important business from you. I can use your pictures to market my products. Then at the end of the day, I'll be misleading your clients to my business. So not only that, but this can also be used for perpetrating adverse and also incorrect information about your items, products, and
Mm-hmm.
also the services that will harm your digital marketing services. That is, so they, at the end of the day, they can ruin your the reputation of your digital marketing services, and also they reduces the useful targeted customers or clients.
Okay, that is quite informative. You can now go to the next point you wanted to say.
So the second one is digital marketing includes too much competition.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have high competition on the market and on the internet space. So just like the growth of online advertisement, so internet marketing is experienced with a great process of too many competitors nowadays. So digital marketing is not capable of getting powerful platforms for the best possible exposure for their advertising and also promotional tasks maybe. So with the use of too many competitors, that will create it even more difficult and also expensive for you to get interest over the targeted audience.
Okay. You still have more?
Then the last one, I'll touch on security issues. The
Mm-hmm.
hacking nowadays. Hacking
Yeah.
is nowadays is the disease of online people. So internet
Yeah.
marketing has its own disadvantages that
Mm-hmm.
are not found in its experience value. So for a person or a client who questions online for products or services, so there is always a caution not to reveal all the private data, as it may be used against them by maybe unidentified people. So nowadays, they can pick your information and use your information against you or against your organization.
Mm.
So this is also one of the disadvantages of digital marketing or digitizing your business online.
Yeah,
Over to you.
especially on thank you so much. Especially on the matters of security,
Yes.
especially personal data security. We have really seen a problem, a major one, especially during this lockdown period. A lot of accounts were hacked, and even the most prominent people that we thought that they had a very effective cybersecurity system, we saw them being hacked. And the same comes when to normal businesses. When you go online, you need to think of the security of your company's data or your business data, and also think about the security of your customers. I think it's
Yes.
also important for entrepreneurs when they are launching their businesses digitally. They need to think on what they ask their customers to provide. Because I've seen some platforms, they really you want to buy from them, but the things that they ask you, they are so personal that you as the customer, you feel insecure. You
Sure.
feel like, what if this system is hacked? Then it means my data will go out there and someone can use it in a wrong way. So that is very important when a person is thinking of going digital, either as a brand or as a business. Think on the security side of it. That is one disadvantage that we have, and I believe with people like you in the market, you can be able to advise us on how we can ensure that we are protecting ourselves and, of course, our customers. So, as I had said, maybe you could tell us more on Facebook, social media advertising. You just said something earlier on that for the last 4 months, you are able to increase your Twitter followers from 4K to 14K. That is a whooping 10,000
Yeah.
followers in just 4 months. Maybe you could share with us what strategy did you use? And of course, as you again touch base on the matters of social media advertising.
Thank you, Sheila. Okay, in respect to social media marketing, I
Mhm.
normally advise people choose the social media that works for you. Because I know at the end of the day, all that works for me, it doesn't work for you. So as you
Mm.
can see nowadays, social media is everywhere, and people engage with each other every day. So you need to learn what is it and how you can take advantage of these networks. So you can do that by number one, understanding why you need to be online or why you
Mm-hmm.
need to get your business digitally. Then number two is also joining the right social media sites. You need to do your research and get to know that between social media A and B, which one works for me. Go for that works for you, and at the end of the day, you will experience the results. And then number three is that growing your presence and also engaging with your network. Actually, that is one of the points that have made me to gain engagement and also gain followers online. That is in respect to Twitter. That is growing your presence and also engaging with your networks or with your customers online. Like for example, on my case, mostly
Mm-hmm.
I do Twitter engagements, and also I do promotional engagements or promotional Twitter. That is, those are the two things that I've been using, and I can say the results are wow.
So
So make
maybe
sure that yes.
mhm. I just wanted to ask you, by engagement, you mean like replying, commenting on other people's stuff, or may explain what engagement is? Remember, we are speaking to an audience that maybe do not know most of these digital terms that you could be using. So, what do you mean by engagement?
So engagement, in short, it means how you interact with your customers or your clients online. Like maybe you post something like let me say a shoe. You are seller. You run a beauty shop or a boutique. Then you posted online. Let me say a shoe. There are those clients who will run directly to to your post and ask you a lot of questions. What is the size of that shoe you're selling? How much? How many types of colors do you have?
Mm.
You see, so there is that negotiation. Maybe when you talk about price, at the end of the day, they'll engage you maybe in negotiating the price of that particular shoe. And also another example of engagement, maybe how many people have liked your post. When somebody opens your post, that is an engagement. He is engaging himself
Mhm.
on your post. That is an engagement. When
Okay.
he writes a comment, that is an engagement. So he is engaging with you indirectly via your post.
Mm.
Yes.
All right. Okay. That is so interesting. I've seen something. I don't know if it's a strategy, but is it okay for a business to share memes on their platforms once in a while, just as a strategy to drive traffic. The same with posting contradicting stories or information. Could it fall under the method of getting traffic towards your sites?
So another, maybe let me respond on this way. The first thing before you bring your business online, have the objectives. Why do you want to use Facebook? What do you
Mhm.
want to achieve at the end of the day? Which group, with which age group are you targeting? So when you
Mhm.
answer, you get the answers of all those questions, then you are able to solve all the problems while you are getting your business online. Like for example, I cannot be dealing with technology services. Then I post something maybe in respect to gender. I'll be going
Yeah.
against my objective. I'm supposed to target my audience in respect to technology, but not drifting from my point to the other point of maybe posting information about gender. So you need to have your objectives. At the end of the day, what do you want to achieve? How many clients do you want to would you like to target at the end of the month? How many engagements would you like to get at the end of the month? So that's why most of the organizations they do use targeted marketing. You target a specific audience. Let me give for example, when you target, maybe you selling you're selling computers,
Mhm.
then you targeting maybe uh, people who are below the age, let me say the age 15 years.
Mhm.
Not all people who are below 15 years can be able to get access or can be able to afford a computer.
Mhm.
So you need also to create your target. What are your target audience before you create the content, before you bring your content online? And also another thing that is nowadays is affecting many organizations is content creation. That's
Mhm.
why
Mhm.
nowadays we have different people working. They are digital marketer, yes, but you can find somebody is a digital content creator.
Mhm.
Is a maybe he is a business analytics and what have you. So it depends with whom do you want to work with.
All
Then
right.
also,
That. Mhm.
to finalize, you've talked about creating of memes.
Mhm.
Creating of memes, yes, you can do use memes once for a while. Let me say, like for example, in a week you can use memes twice, maybe Friday, maybe Monday. Maybe you can just create a simple meme, maybe wishing your clients a happy Monday, or a
Mhm.
motivation. Then at the end of the week, you can maybe wish them a happy weekend as they leave Friday to Saturday.
That is so informative and profound, Silas. Maybe you could wind up on the social media advertising. I know we deviated a little bit. Maybe you could just wind up on it so that we can get to the other segment. Meanwhile, to those who are watching us, to our audience, we really appreciate your presence and support. We are so grateful. Keep on bringing in your questions. You can comment them. You can also leave us your feedback in the comments section, so that towards the end our guests will be able to answer any question you have regarding to getting your business into the digital space, or even getting your personal brand into the digital space. Silence, you can go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm done with the pros and cons. If maybe is there any
Yeah.
other question before we move to the next?
Um, I think you've tackled the possible pros and cons for social media, especially there's a point you said like the marketplace has now shifted into the internet, uh, more compared to when we used to have physical markets. So it's very important when one is taking their business there, they need to think like that. So I think for that we are good.
Thank you. So the next question.
Okay, you are to wind up on the matters of social media advertising. You
Oh,
just touch base on promotional stuff.
yes. So our social media marketing, let me touch on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I remember some years back when
Mm-hmm.
when Instagram get introduced, everyone used to say, Instagram is only for the ladies or for the female gender. Then first year, second year, fifth year, I start seeing people getting on Instagram, the gents getting on Instagram. So
Mm-hmm.
there was that sudden change that appeared that shifted the men's with that perspective of Instagram is for the ladies. They also get signed up on Instagram. So
Mm-hmm.
Instagram have also experienced a high percentage of growth, and also a high percentage of Instagram accounts. Like mostly Instagram is more of using videos and photos. People do post photos, short videos on IGTV. Most of them they use that platform for marketing. As you can see, you can if you do statistics, many of celebrities, they have high number of followers on Instagram compared to Twitter and also compared to Facebook. Why? Because their target is they normally share their photos, their high definition photos, and also the videos, which at the end of the day they create a high engagement with their followers.
Um, I'm sorry, I'm going to ask you something that is touch basing on that.
Sure.
I've seen people buying accounts, right?
Sorry.
You find someone buying. I've seen people buying accounts, like they buy a Twitter account with 300K followers. They buy an Instagram account. Uh, what are the dangers of taking such a motive or such a strategy as a business person or as a personal brand?
Okay, the first thing maybe I might advise people is that having a high number of followers on your social media doesn't mean that your brand is at the top notch.
Correct.
I might create my account tomorrow, and at the end of the month, I have 50,000 followers,
Mm,
50,000 followers. So that one doesn't mean that my brand is at the top. So having many followers doesn't mean that your brand stands. Like I can give an example like Twitter.
mm-hmm.
The only secret with Twitter, if you want engagement, make sure you build your brand. Make sure you build your brand. If you want to create engagement, make sure you create your brand. Like for example, I might have 1,000 followers following my account,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe I'm following 1,000 people. When I post something, you at the end of the day you can find I'm getting maybe 50,000 likes and maybe
Mm-hmm.
30,000 retweets. You can see
Mm-hmm.
it is not the number of followers you have on your account, but how do you package your brand? How do you present your package to your followers or to the internet? So everything revolves around creating your brand, making your brand stand out. As on the internet, we have the very many brands, like millions of brands. How do you make your brand stand out? How do you make client A and client B choose to come to your business and outweigh client C or outweigh business C? So you
Mm.
need to make sure that your brand is on top. However many followers you have, you might be having 50, 500 followers. But when you look at when you compare your engagement with somebody who has maybe 900,000 followers, you can find your engagement is very high compared to that person. Why? That is because you've made your brand to stand out. And also, I can warn those people who buy the social media accounts. You just don't buy an account because it has many followers. What I normally advise people, get to know that account you're buying. You can go through the account that you're buying. How is the engagement? Get the
Mm.
percentage
Mm.
of the engagement of that particular account. Like, when was that account created? Like, for
Mm-hmm.
example, let me say, like, for example, if maybe you want to sell an account to me, like a Twitter account that has, let me say, 300,000 followers, and the
Mm-hmm.
account, let me say, was created this year on March.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let me say you're giving it like for 10,000. However
Okay.
cheap it is, I'll not take that account. Why?
Why?
You
Mm-hmm.
look, you look, you look at the growth of the account, the maturity of the
Mm-hmm.
account. How old is the account? Because you can buy that account, maybe in the next 1 month, that account gets suspended. Like, I can remember in 2014,
Mm-hmm.
many celebrity accounts get suspended and they lost their accounts.
Mm-hmm.
So I normally want people, before you buy an account, get to know the brand of that particular account. How has that person made his or her account stand out?
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is so profound, Silas. I didn't know that it's important for you to check on the maturity of that account. Because I've seen quite a number of people, they are selling and buying accounts. You wake up today and you're like, oh my god, this business already has 1 million followers on Instagram, and like few days ago they had zero, and you're like, what is happening? But I
Yes.
think you have really given us very deep insights and very cautionary measures to people who like buying accounts outside there. For me, I suppose, or I think it's good for you to grow your audience step by step. You will get a loyal audience. It doesn't make sense you have 1 million followers, then the engagement is less than 20%. And again, when you look at it in a business perspective, what I usually advise my clients, uh, the sales conversion matters a lot compared to the likes. You can have
Yes.
4K likes on a picture, but true sales conversion at the end of the day. So that means it's not really converting. And since we're speaking about business, it's very important for every business person to focus on the conversion first instead
Yes.
of just, I always joke that likes cannot be converted to money.
Never.
There is more to that. You cannot take likes to the electricity company and tell them that I have 13K likes and this is, we can transact it with the electricity bill. It cannot work like that. So I've seen there's Mercy Jerop. He is asking, we'll get to that question later. Just the last question I would like to ask you, what are the tools that a business should consider investing in when they are planning to go digital? Because this is another place people have made blunders. You know, when
Sure.
this lockdown came, all of a sudden people heard that they need to be online, they need to take their businesses online, the grocery person, whichever. Now people just pops in, and there are things, personally, if I'm going to shop online, I'm very
Yes.
careful on what I see. And
Yes.
what it resulted is that what people bought online is not what was delivered. And
Sure.
for us ladies, we've been victims. You see a very beautiful dress on an e-commerce platform. We know you cannot buy the body shape, but when the dress comes, even it's nothing closer to that. So what are the
Totally different.
tools?
Yes.
Yeah, totally different. And they're like, is this the same? And it actually happened to one of my friends. For her, it was a cake. She bought a cake for one of her relatives' birthday, and she saw a very nice photo online, and she contacted the business at the company that I need this kind of cake. Can you make it? And the company was like, yes, you can make it. And they gave her a very huge budget, and my friend was okay with it because it was something nice. It was the way that picture appeared, it was something classy. Then on the material day, the cake that was brought to her, it was nothing close to what she saw on their Facebook page and website. Nothing. So she refused to pay and asked for the refund of her down payment. And it didn't end up well, because this is a birthday, it's a big day, and then it's the D-Day and the cake is brought and it's something terrible. So I think you need to tell us, what are the tools that we need to focus on when we are planning to go digital as a business or as an individual.
Sure. Thank you. As I mentioned earlier, when you want to take a business online, always have the objective, always have the goal. What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? So some of the tools for digital marketing or the channels I normally use, or I normally that exists, are as follows. And I normally say that the digital tools, digital marketing tools, or the digital marketing channels, you
Mm-hmm,
always go where your audience goes. You always go
yeah.
where your audience goes. When you have very many followers on, maybe very many people who follow you on Facebook, and
Mm-hmm,
you have less people who follows you on Instagram,
mm-hmm,
always maximize the use of Facebook. So that is why when you go where your audience goes, or where your audience belongs. So the first tool, we have web design. Nowadays,
mm-hmm,
we have very many websites that are running online, whether it is an e-commerce website, whether it is an educational website, and what have you. So, as the face of your company, your website designs needs to be professional. You need to design a website that is professional, clean, and also easy for all visitors to navigate all through
mm-hmm,
your website. So when designing your website, you are always advised to focus on, number one, the calls to action on many pages,
mm-hmm.
so that viewers are continually thinking about what your company can do for them.
Okay.
Call to action, like for example, in your website, you can include maybe a menu whereby when a client visits your website, he can be able
Mm-hmm,
to contact you, maybe using a Google form, or maybe
mm-hmm,
using a website form, or calling you, or getting the direction where your business is located and what have you.
Yeah.
So you are always advised to include call to action. Then number two, optimize the site on all your browsers. Make sure that when I visit your website using my mobile, I can be able to read all the information. All the information is supposed to fit on the screen of my mobile device. So always make sure that you optimize your website to fit or to fit all the clients that are visiting your website. Then number three, you also need to incorporate the keywords on your website. For example, like your company that is financial wellness, you are encouraged to use most of the financial or accounting terms. Like for example, when somebody wants to find somebody who do consultancy maybe in finance, you do something like consultants in finance. So when somebody searches your website on the internet, he can be able to see your website based on the ranking or based on how you've optimized your website. That is web design. Then number two, blogging.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays we have very many bloggers. So
Mm,
blogging, it depends with what do you want to blog on, which topic do you want to blog on. So
mm,
statistically, companies that blog, they get 55% more visitors to their website than
mm,
companies that do not have the blogs. Why?
mm,
Blogging is more of stories, more of information, useful information. You can decide to blog on finance. You can decide to blog on technology. Maybe
mm,
you are somebody who loves technology, maybe computers or mobile phones. Maybe
mm,
when a certain company launches a new phone, you are able to maybe you can be the first person to create a blog on that particular device so that you get noticed and you get engagement. Many people might visit your blog and get a lot of questions and send a lot of comments, questions to you. How does this product look like? How does it, how is the packaging of that particular product? So therefore, your website should include an integrated blog, which helps you to provide customers with useful and also relevant information. So, for example, when creating a blog, ensure
mm,
that it is easy for the readers to subscribe through your blog. You have to include a subscription button whereby somebody can be able to subscribe through your blog. Maybe you normally maybe post information once a week or twice a
mm,
week. So when
mhm,
somebody gets subscribed to that particular blog, he can be able to
mm,
get to be getting the updates and also the notifications maybe once you post a new information on your website. Then also your blog must also be easy to share through social media platforms.
mhm,
Nowadays, you see people do share their blogs via social media. You just take a link of that particular blog, then you share on
mm.
your different social media platforms. So that can be able to get reach to many clients that are connected to your social media. Then also it is easy to interact with you. There when using the blogs, it is very easy to interact with your clients on
Mhm,
different posts, maybe by use of commenting, maybe
mm.
liking and what have you. So that one, it creates an interaction between you and your clients, maybe on the website.
Wow, that was quite deep. Especially the blog part. It's very important when a business decides to go online. Um, it's also important because when you blog, it gives the customers the impression that you know more about your product. So if you're
Yes.
selling shoes, at least once in a week, you can do a post about shoes, and how you can choose shoes that match your preferences, or how you can choose a dress that matches your liking, your color, and all that. That is very, very informative, Silas. I believe we've answered this question for Mercy, but maybe you can just highlight on the things that she could be needing to hear. Um, she's saying, congrats, Silo and the team. I would want to go digital with my business. Please advise. Also, the issue of marketing. I hope, Mercy, you are with us. At least you can clarify more on the issue of marketing, because marketing is a broad thing.
Sure.
So, Silas, you could just recap on what maybe she needs to hear, because I believe we've answered a huge part of that question during this live session.
So maybe the first point I would like to make is that, and I'll continue repeating that. What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? Nowadays, we have very many social media platforms, the likes of Snapchat,
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, Facebook, and what have you. What do you want to achieve at the end of the day? And which one would you like to use as your channel to communicate with your clients?
Yeah, that is very true. I have a question that just came to my mind. Do you suggest for businesses or people to post the same information if they have 3 or 4 social media platforms, let's say Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn? Should they post the same content across all these platforms, or they need to change? Because, for example, in LinkedIn, can I put a meme there, and the same meme I put it on Facebook? Or I should focus on LinkedIn, I do professional things, then on Facebook or Snapchat, I do funny, funny things. Should the content cut across all the platforms your business is using, or you need to channel each content to the specific social media account you're using?
Sure. So I'll separate LinkedIn from Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. So
Mm-hmm.
LinkedIn, mostly it is a professional social media platform. You cannot go there and share information that is not useful to those people who follows you. Mostly LinkedIn is for professional heads. Like what you can do, maybe when maybe you're having a session like the one that we're having at the moment,
Mm-hmm.
you can post that, you can share that link on your LinkedIn, so that your followers can be able to benefit via that live stream. Maybe you want to put online. So mostly I do advise, it depends with which content do you want to share. Nowadays we have a lot of duplicate information on the internet. I see
Mm-hmm.
someone's post, it attracts me, I copy paste that information, I bring it to my site or to my social media. So that is
Yeah.
duplicating information. The information already exists. So what I
Mm-hmm.
normally advise people, mostly the content creators,
Mm-hmm.
you need to curate your information before you post it. Don't just copy paste everything that you've lifted from the internet. Make sure that you
Yeah.
paraphrase the information so that it suits
Mm-hmm.
your objective, and it also suits the objective of your company.
Mm-hmm.
So mostly I do advise Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can share the same information on the 3 platforms. Like in my
Mm-hmm.
case, I've connected my Instagram with
Mm-hmm.
Facebook and also Twitter. So once I post something on Instagram, I can be able
Mm-hmm.
to also share that the same information on Twitter and also on Facebook. Like you can for example, like Twitter. Twitter, it has that limit of the number of words you're supposed to type. For example, when you want
Yeah.
to post, So mostly when my content is lengthy, I normally post
Mhm.
it on Instagram. Then
Mhm.
I post the same information directly from Instagram to Twitter. So my followers on Twitter, they can only access that information when they click on that particular link.
Mm, mm, mm.
Yes.
All right, that is so great. Our time is now up. And to all those who've been watching us, we really want to thank you for your time and being with us here. I believe you have learned quite a lot. Personally, I have learned a number of things that I'm going to action on Financial Wellness Center and definitely share with my clients also. Just to mention, you can still follow us on Instagram at Financial Wellness Center and visit our Facebook page, Financial Wellness Center, so that you can get to have real-time updates about money and business management. To those that may be watching us later on, just feel free to write your question or comment in the comments section below, and we'll try our best to reach out to Silas in case we'll need his guidance on answering your questions. Silas, thank you so much for your time with us. We really appreciate and honor you. Maybe you could share with us your social media accounts so that we can go and follow you to get more of this wisdom that you've shared with us.
Thank you very much, Sheila. First, before I put my mic down, thank you very much for your management for organizing this event. I'm very much grateful for this event, and I know all the people that have been watching, they have been able to get more insight. So you can always reach me via Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Across all the social media platform, find me at Silo KE. That is my handle across all the social media platform. Then you can also shoot me an email at booksilo@gmail.com. And also, let's do business. Let's get our business online. Then at the end of the day, let's let's continue with the same spirit. Let not get COVID as the stepping stone of everything. Let's use this time. Let's explore the internet, but I always tell people that always be responsible online. Don't post something before because you've seen somebody have posted that information. Always credit that information before you post. I can also advise those people who post on Twitter. Twitter might easily suspend your account if you don't credit the source of information. Always be there. Always be able to credit the source of that particular information before you post online. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Silas, for that information, and we really are honored to have you be on this show. To our audience, we really want to appreciate you once again, and thank you so much. We hope to see you on our next Wealth Wednesday show that will be happening next Wednesday. Meanwhile, you can stay in touch with us via our social media platforms, and we shall be updating the links in the description box that will be below this video. Until then, we really wish you a very amazing evening or night, and encourage you to keep on staying safe and definitely keep living financially healthy. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.